Today I'm going to go over an idea I had for a road trip that my family could go on. Some background information about my family. Um, we like to watch TV shows about mysterious sightings and events and conspiracies. We find them to be entertaining and hilarious and downright ridiculous. So that's something fun that we do. So I'll cover some of these topics. So where we'd start is at home in Rancho Cucamonga. Um, Nothing weird really goes on here for the most part. Um, the weirdest thing is probably traffic. So we'd eventually find our way into Nevada to look at Area 51. Now keep in mind that they don't really want you to find Area 51 because it's part of Edwards Air Force Base back in California. So the average citizen doesn't really have any business there. So on Google Earth, you'd find it by looking for Groom Lake Road, because the base is actually by Groom Lake in Nevada. This is really as close as you'll get, or they'll detain you. So if you were to actually do this, you'd need to be pretty careful and look at the signs. But then when you look at actual Area 51, this is where it actually is. And people have uploaded pictures of the base, like this one, from still from quite a distance, because you can't get close to it without getting in trouble. So this would be one place that we could kind of go to, because you can't really go there. You can just look at it from the outside. So the next destination would be the Denver International Airport in Colorado. Now, there are a lot of conspiracies about this place. A lot of people say that there are underground bunkers there for the apocalypse. There are these weird kind of unsettling murals painted inside the airport that show like war and disease, and a lot of people think like government oppression. So it's a little weird, a little unsettling. And one interesting thing about the airport is that there is a statue of a giant horse, a giant Mustang, at the entrance of the airport. You can see it here. So kind of scary. Well, the head of this horse, when it was being made, fell off and killed the sculptor, the guy who created it. So a lot of people feel like he might be cursed, but he's still there. So just a little weird. Only a little. So the next place would be Roswell, New Mexico, which most people are familiar with as the site of the 1947 crash of an unknown object. So a lot of people feel that it was a UFO craft, an alien. I think the official report is that it was a weather balloon. But now the town is a tourist attraction for UFO enthusiasts and people that just like aliens. When you look at pictures, you can see that there's a lot of alien stuff around there in general. They have a UFO museum. Like, look at this. This says Alien Zone 2. So a lot of the city is like that, which is pretty cool. Yeah, here's the museum. So that would be another place to go to. And from there, we travel quite a distance to West Virginia to go to Point Pleasant. If you've heard of the Mothman, this is where the Mothman incident happened in Point Pleasant, West Virginia. So what happened was over a couple of days, people reported sightings of a large human-sized bird type of creature with glowing red eyes. And a lot of people saw him, a lot of people were scared, and a couple days later, their Silver Bridge collapsed, and quite a few people died. So a lot of people regard the Mothman as like an omen of death. There is a statue. Mothman is like that, so that's what people reported that they saw. And there have actually been Mothman sightings in here in this town since, and in other towns. So he's kind of, I guess, a legend, urban legend, I guess you say. Um, and then from Point Pleasant, we go to Kecksburg, Pennsylvania. So what happened here was another object crashed into the ground from the sky. So a lot of people saw a fireball and heard sonic booms, and people that actually saw whatever crashed said that it was acorn-shaped and had Egyptian hieroglyphs on it. But the official report says that nothing was found. So the interesting thing about this is that um, some people say that the Nazis had a super weapon called die glocke that looked like a bell, which actually that word actually translates to the bell. And some people think, mostly on History Channel, that this Nazi super weapon could do time travel, and what crashed in Pennsylvania was actually this super weapon that had traveled through time and ended up crashing in Pennsylvania. Well, you never know, but who knows? So that's, for the most part, the end of the weird part of the tour. We'd probably make our way back to California now, so on the way, we'd stop at Mount Rushmore just because it's on the way, and that's something that would be cool to see. So nothing really weird happened at Mount Rushmore, unless you think that National Treasure 2 was fact. But still, it'd be something cool to see. And then from there, we'd make our way to the Pacific Northwest, so we could resume the weird part of the tour and just go to some Bigfoot attractions. You know, get a little Bigfoot hunting in, because we're adults and we can do what we want. And from there, we would go back to Rancho, and we would say that we saw some weird things, and we'd be happy. So that's it for our tour.